Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Oh boy, what a way to start our weekends. Another Jawa challenge. We all know what Jawa challenges are, especially going versus Imperial troopers. Aiden especially, very brutal. So just do the best that you can. As always, I'll cover the modifiers and the feats and then show you the battles. I've got two battles here for you today. So the first one will be on tier 10, doing all feats except Jawas. And then the second battle, I'll throw my Jawas in on tier 6 to unlock gold crate. But even if your Jawas are absolute trash and you can't get anything done with them, as long as you get other feats done on tier 10, you at least get silver crate, which gives you your 2 Omicrons, and you can then get your weekend started. No need to stress about it. So let's go ahead and look at the modifiers. Geonosis Arena, this is kind of a nice modifier, but unfortunately in today's challenge it doesn't really help us a whole lot. Also the enemy, I guess, they don't get a whole boost from it as well. Now the Jawa modifier, in its essence, it's a brilliant modifier. However, if your Jawas get one shot out of the gate with Aiden's mass assist everything, this doesn't even matter. Because what the real power of this is that whenever thermal detonators explode, you recover 100% protection. But if you don't survive until they explode, it doesn't do any good, does it? But obviously if you got solid Jawas, looking at the Discord server, people were saying they were able to get it at like with Relic 5 Jawas or something. Maybe Relic 3 Jawas could still work with some good mods, I don't know. Mines are Sim Gear 12 mostly, so I'll show you at the end. They just got demolished. I didn't even bother trying the modifier. So this is the lately modifier for Imperial troopers, so we don't have that endless ranks anymore. It's a slightly different one. They all get 1 revive each whenever they defeated the first time. But than that, not a whole lot going on. So definitely I think a little bit easier to deal with than endless ranks, if you ask me. Let's look at the feats next. So we have to win with a full team of Jawa units on tier 10. Good luck with that. Let me know how you guys are getting on with this one, if you're trying tier 10 or not. Then we have applying thermal detonators 40 times. A few different ways to do it. I'll just show you one team and then 3 different suggestions that some of the community were able as well to make it work. Scoring 3 critical hits in a row, whatever, this will just happen. We don't have to pay attention too much. Alright, let me show you the team that I use for thermal detonators. Again, if you have Galactic Legends, after this battle I'll show you just some of the team suggestions that can work, but as always I try to do this without Galactic Legends. So this is what I was able to get it to work. A bit of RNG involved in the opening sequence, I'll explain once I get into the battle. But in principle this team works very well because of Traya's leadership. Most importantly, whenever a debuffed enemy takes damage, see if allies recover health. So it means that Traya, Malak and Duke, they all see if they'll be able to recover health, so you can kind of especially keep Malak alive because he will be taunting as well. And then also whenever enemy gains a buff out of their turn, they will lose 50% offense until end of the turn. This will also significantly reduce the damage that the troopers will be dealing because they're constantly gaining some sort of buff outside of their turn. On top of it all, whenever they attack out of turn, they also take damage equal to 35% of their max health. Definitely Traya kind of negates some of the damage that these guys are doing, which is nice. And then on top of that as well, her unique is pretty nice as well, because obviously she will be cleansing Sith allies whenever they get a turn, so you don't have to worry about Malak getting stunned, staying stunned, healing immunity on him, he can't recover, things like that. So definitely her unique here is gonna help us out with survivability a lot. I want to point out you gotta be careful with here her basic, because basic dazes. So you're gonna be selective who you want to daze, because we don't want to daze them. We want them, they counterattack, they keep hitting Malak, so he keeps constantly fearing them. So definitely be selective with this. Same with isolation, be selective who you isolate, because you don't want Aiden that doesn't counterattack. You want her, especially Aiden, Death Trooper, as well as Snow Trooper, they've got big AoEs, to be constantly feared. So definitely don't want to daze and isolate them. It's going to be Short Trooper and Magma Trooper that will be target for these abilities. So something I wanted to highlight. In terms of mods, I didn't remod at all for this challenge, but I do use Traya, so she's got okay mods on her. But could be better, I guess. In terms of Malak, no explanation what Malak does. Malak does what Malak does. He will constantly keep fearing them. I hardly use Drain Life ability for one reason. I either use basic or special mostly on Malak, because you hit somebody, they counterattack, crit, they get feared, and then Malak gains taunt. If you use Drain, Malak will lose the taunt, and then they can go ahead and take one of your guys out, because Drain Life, there is no counter attacks for that. So I'll hardly be using it. You won't really need it all that much for healing anyways because of Traya's unique. Now Dooku is cool here on his special. He's got shock, he's got stun, so you can keep that magma trooper under control. Then basic as well, can ability block, can stun. It's a double hit, which means more healing because of Traya's lead. Again, no remodding on any of these guys. Same thing for Leia. Obviously we need her basic for thermal detonators, as well her AoE for thermal detonators. I have her modded for some speed and potency, so hopefully we can get those out. And then Dengar, he's got an AoE with thermal detonators as well. You know, he's in stealth, so he won't be counterattacked, but in this case that's a bad thing. We want to be counterattacked, so Malak constantly fearing guys. Alright, let's hop in the battle. So in terms of the open sequence, you want that Aiden either goes after your Malak or after Traya, because they both can take them as assist, and then especially if after Malak, everybody will get feared straight away. So better if they go after Malak, but even going Traya still works. Here I was thinking to isolate, but I decided to wait because this will as well reduce cooldowns. So I will use it on the next turn, so I can reduce cooldowns on Leia, for example, with her AoE. No, I'm not gonna use here Drain. We want that taunt to stay up, so dispel the taunt there on Short Trooper. And now just a case of managing these guys that they are constantly feared, so they can't use their abilities. So you know, because the AoEs will really take you out. My first trooper is my first target is Magma Trooper, just because he's got AoEs, he's constantly getting bonus turn meter. But the overall strategy is here. You just keep hitting whoever's not feared, let them hit you back, and then they will hit Malak. Malak's taunting, he will fear them, so it's kind of like a permanent fear really on this. As mentioned before, no draining, basic, they counterattack, so we kind of take their advantage, their strength with counterattacks, and turn it into their weakness, so they're constantly feared. Just checking that the Snow Trooper is feared as well. I'm going after Magma Trooper first. Well, it doesn't even matter what we do here with Dengar. There we go. We got a taunt up, so go ahead, throw that AoE, everybody counterattack, everybody crit, everybody get feared. Let's go ahead, use Isolate now on Short Trooper. Again, you will want to keep that Isolate on Short Trooper or Magma Trooper and Daze as well, whereas other guys, you don't want them dazed. You can put a stun on them so they miss a turn, but definitely do not daze them, do not isolate them, because then they will stop counter-attacking. There we go. Alright, so there you go. I'm gonna target here Death Trooper, so he counterattacks, he gets feared. So far so good. Again, basic with Traya dazes, so let's go ahead, put that over on Magma Trooper. Magma Trooper is down for the second time, so he's not coming back. There we go, another AoE, counterattacks there, everybody constantly feared. Snow Trooper is out in the open, let's make sure he doesn't use his AoE. There we go, keep hitting everybody, just speeding up the footage here, because you get the idea. It's making sure everybody constantly counterattacking, hitting Malak, constantly fearing themselves, which also in turns gives permanent taunt to your Malak, and just kind of spreading the damage, stalling the battle as long as you can, because again, we have no way of knowing how many thermal detonators we landed, because, you know, after all these years, I mean, we still have no feature tracker, and I'm pretty sure we'll never get it at this point. But anyways, there we go, another AoE there. We can go ahead, use it freely because Malak's taunting. A little bit complication here, because Aiden gave them the revive buff, but I guess at least this will now make stalling a little bit easier. Again, just basic here, don't use drain, we're constantly healing up because of Traya's leadership anyways. You just use basics there with Malak or his special, so he gets counterattacked, and again, fearing, taunting, and this is pretty much it. And just let, you know, both Leia and Dengar keep stacking those thermal detonators. Basics there, getting counterattacks, just constantly fear. All they can do is use their basic then, if they do lose fear. So, you know, we have no way of, they have no way of really taking our guys out. There we go. Alright, let's go after Death Trooper. Yeah, that's fine. Get him down. Alright, keep Aiden as well. So whoever's not fear, just tap them, let them counterattacks. It's all about managing this fear really, and they can't do a whole lot. There we go, let's do another AoE, getting more counterattacks. Down goes their snowtrooper. Obviously Aiden needs to be the last one to fall, because otherwise she'll keep reviving. So just going after short trooper now. I just have to keep managing Aiden so she doesn't use her special abilities anymore, and then we are good to go here. Finish Aiden as well, and they what, 7 minutes in, I'm pretty sure I got 40 thermal detonators in 7 minutes. Let's go and have a look. I stalled as long as I could. Okay, yeah, critical hits, I mean, not much of a feat. There we go, landed 40 thermal detonators there quite easily. So it's all about surviving that opening sequence. Either Malak or Traya, they can take it, and then you are good to go. So some of other teams that normally work for thermal detonators, I'm not going to show you battles because these are Galactic Legends, so hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. You can do Ray with Jawas, obviously raise damage, immunity, and lifeblood, keeping your guys alive. Let them stack those thermal detonators. Probably, if you do have Jabba, this might be the easiest way to get thermal detonators, because with that there, they can't assist and things like that. And also many have reported they were able to do some sort of Jedi Master Luke What cheese, where you put tank attack on Luke, he's then taunting, and again using, you know, Dengar, Leia, maybe Zam for applying thermal detonators. Probably throwing in Malak, as you've seen, he's very effective with his fear. Keep these guys under control. So if you do have Galactic Legends, there are a few ways you can go about it. So just completing here all this on tier 10 got you the silver crate, which means you got your 2 Omicrons. So, you know, if your Jawas are absolute trash, don't worry about it. Get your 2 Omicrons and get your weekend started. Otherwise, you have, you know, decent Jawas. I don't know, pretty sure that tier 6 should be doable with like gear, I don't know, gear 9 Jawas, pretty sure. I don't know, let me know how you guys are getting on, what do you think is the minimum for tier 6. Mine are mostly gear 12, so they had no issues of completing this. Oh no, which one's Snabbit? Okay, that's one. Alright, still don't know my Jawas, unfortunately. Just when I learned their portraits, they kind of changed their portraits around again, so I didn't learn the new ones yet. So you can see at gear 12, you know, they have absolutely no issues here. So they get started, and they get a bunch of thermal detonators on them. So as soon as Scavenger gets a turn, I'll just put this on 1x. There we go, all gone. And completed tier 6, which for me unlocked a gold crate in today's challenge. And just for funsies, I'll show you as well what happens when I put them on tier 10. Again, they have absolute trash mods, more my Jawas, because I don't use them for anything, but how much they get demolished on tier 10, I don't think any sort of mods would help me. And also hearing that some people, even like with relic free Jawas, are a little bit struggling. So yeah, I think if you don't have relic Jawas, I think this one could be very, very difficult to obtain. But again, I wouldn't stress. Get your gold or silver crate, your 2 Omicrons, and you can enjoy your weekend. There we go. They open up. Oh, a couple of them survived actually the opening sequence. But there we go, an AoE there, finishing them off. But if your Jawas can survive, you know, a couple of turns until those thermal detonators start popping off, or until your Scavenger unloads it, you know what? Maybe this could be possible. You know, maybe you just need like Java Scavenger, Nabbit, just maybe 3 relic Jawas or something, the main ones that they can survive. I don't know. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Hopefully this video was useful and helpful, just to see how you can get gold crate or silver without using Galactic Legends. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.